What's up? We got Bleach Season 1, Episode 2, The Life of the Day of the Shinigami's Work. So this episode starts off with Ichigo's dad being another terrible parent again by waking up his son, and he's like, who wakes up their son in the middle? And he's like, you have surpassed my training. And I have nothing to teach you. And he's like, what? What about you doing cutting injuries? And he's like, injuries? What are you talking about? And shows him outside where he's like a car plowed into our house in the middle of the night, and we didn't get a scratch or hear anything. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, they think a car did this? What if they work at that Soul Reaper? What if she went back to the Soul Society? Bam, well, Mia Kaizono, the Tachi no Hikari. And well, Mia Kaizono, the Tachi no Hikari. Forgot to do it. But anyway, do it next time. But anyway, yeah, so Ichigo goes to school where he runs into everyone's favorite best girl, Orihime, and her friend Tatsuki. Yes, best girl is best girl Orihime. Best girl Orihime. And her friend Tatsuki-kun. And they're talking, and Orihime's talking about gross foods, and Tatsuki's like, yeah, I better not eat that. So, yeah, good decision, Tatsuki. That food that Orihime meant something with honey. It looks so good. Anyway, so Ichigo bumps into her, and he's like, yeah. And she's like, Ichigo, you better watch where you're going. He's like, sorry, you want some help? And Orihime gets all nervous, saying, no, I don't need your help. Bye. And then just leave. So then Ichigo, and she's like, Ichigo, it's already lunch. What are you doing? And he's like, I'll explain to you later. And then he sees Rukia. And he's like, wait, what are you doing here? And he's like, Rukia is the new exchange student. New transfer student. And he's like, and she's like, oh, Ichigo, I need to talk to you. And she says in her hand, tell anyone or she'll kill him. So, in Japanese. But, yeah. He says, scream and she'll kill him. So, she's like, hey, I need to talk to you for a second. He's like, hey, Ichigo. He's like, stop the goody act. Tell me what you're really doing here. And she's like, yeah. He's like, weren't you supposed to go to the Soul Society, whatever that place was? And she's like, I can't. And he's like, why? Because after that attack, I gave all my Soul Reaper powers to you. And now it's your turn, Ichigo, to take up the powers of the Soul Reaper. And he's like, no thanks. She's like, wait, what? It's your duty. And he's like, nope, not my duty. I don't. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna use this glove with a fist on it to punch the soul right out of you. And it's like, come on. And he's like, what are we doing in this park? And she's like, this is where a kid is getting run by a hollow. And we see this kid getting attacked by this hollow. And this hollow, attacks them. This hollow, attacks this kid. And he's like, it's your sworn duty to do it. And he's like, I'm not gonna let a kid get hurt. And she's like, don't do it for that. Do it. And she's like, don't do it. Do it if doing it could cost you your life, Ichigo. And so Ichigo fights it and defeats the monster. And he's like, hey kid, pass on already if you want to go. Pass on already if you want to go through that again. And stamps with the mark that sends that kid to the Soul Society. So Ichigo is like, so then we see this ghost appearing before Best Girl Orihime's bed, but then he's attacked by these other hollows, and this guy's like, get him! And he gets turned into a hollow himself. So Orihime, Rukia and Ichigo are just walking home one day when they see Orihime get attacked by a car, and she's like, hey, hey, Ichigo, did you get attacked by that car? Or you mean you got attacked by a car? Did you see the driver? And she's like, now he just drove away. And he's like, Orihime, best girl. And he's like, Orihime. And she's like, you're Rukia. And he's like, who are you? And he's like, that's Orihime, the girl in your class. Get your head out of your butt. And she's like, oh, Orihime, how are you? And she's like, that was kind of a funny scene. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, and he's like, oh, my peanut butter and leeks stew got really wet. And he's like, I have no idea. I'm not ready to learn what she's about to make with that. This show is hilarious. So they go, and she explains, like, how do you know that girl? And he's like, Orihime. I met her a few years back. She used to be a friend of one around the block named Toski. And he's like, and back then her brother got into a really huge car accident and ended up dying at a clinic. And he didn't even know that was Orihime at the time. He only found that out recently. And she's like, and he's like, where are you going? And she's like, home. And he's like, where's that? And he's like, do you really want to know? And he's like, I guess not. So Ichigo is just, so Yuzu busts in saying, Ichigo, where's her pajamas? And he's like, Yuzu, please knock. And he's like, oh, you've got really mean since you went to high school. And he's like, I have not seen where your pajamas are. And she's like, I mean, then Rukia appeared, and he's like, wait, what are you doing here? Aren't those his sister's PJs? And he's like, that's not time for that. There's an order for what? And then a monster attacks. A monster attacks them. But Ichigo's able to bend it on to reveal it's Orihime's dead brother. And then she's like, then Toski's like, yeah, then that's where the episode ends. That was a good episode. Boom. That was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Sorry, I tapped this thing. Tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. But anyway, that was a good episode. That's what Ichigo does. And this was a good episode. This was a good episode. I enjoyed it. It was a really good episode. See the characters and see the story. And it was kind of funny that Rukia and Ichigo are the perfect couple. Ichigo's dad is still the worst. Yeah, Ichigo's dad is still the worst. He's like the absolute worst guy ever. I was doing these videos for you guys. Now I'm doing crazy stuff because I'm we also got the ending theme. Nobody knows who I really am. I never felt this empty before, and if I ever need someone to come along, who's gonna comfort me and keep me strong? Dabi wa mada tsuji Nagi mo Zuki wa mada Danashi tori Tenari nasu Atori tori sasagete Tadadashi irumazu Ataragai natori that was it for this video. Now, see you next time for some more Bleach. Yeah.